this became a family for us even though we weren't from the area. It made it very easy for us to decide that we weren't going to move back to the East Coast or even to other parts of the Midwest. This was the place to raise the family, primarily because of ASA.
Our mission is to serve and partner with our families, parishes, and communities to develop the whole child.
Obviously, we have a lot of working parents, and parents need care for those children when they cannot be here. So our first goal is to provide them with care that they would get if they were at home with parents. So we have many activities for them to do so that they are busy and they're not just going home to an empty house and sitting in front of a TV.
I'm a teacher at West Catholic High School, and I get to experience the products of ASA and the things that the kids have accomplished and the things that the kids do. I'm amazed every single day. There's a reason I send my kids to All Saints Academy. It's really nice to be able to see that all the aspects of the total person are being taken into account here at ASA.
You definitely see the Catholic identity at the school. You see it in the teachers, you see it in the halls, you see it in the way the kids interact. I'm a Catholic educator. They make me want to be a better teacher from what I've seen them do with my children and with the children around here.
Zoom in where Philadelphia is. History is a wonderful story, filled with a lot of good things, bad things, and just all lessons to learn from that about what we can do to become better people. And still always apply that to our faith as well.
I have two very different children. I have one school's been very easy for and one that struggles significantly. And I really believe All Saints is the best place for both of them.
It's really neat to see how the school has adapted to different learning styles. You know, some kids can't just sit in a chair. They need to have other stimulation and things like that. And so using, balls to sit on gives them that trigger point that helps them learn.
The Spanish program has been great.
And I adopted a new teaching format. And this format focuses on learning a second language, very much like the way we learned our first language. So it's through listening and language development and participation. So there is no textbook, there is no homework, there's no other than it all happens here in the classroom.
We pick music that helps them learn about everything. We do music from pieces about history, to music about our faith, to music about swamp monsters and dinosaurs. We also do rock and roll. We do everything we can, and it's designed specifically just to try to grab at least some hint of what every kid is interested in.
Both of them have had an opportunity to do advanced stuff in school. So for instance, the 5th grader last year had the opportunity to do advanced math, things that are offered by other schools that seem like a competitive advantage we're able to offer in-house here.
And it's pretty neat with some students love the designing and the building of the robotics with the Legos, and other students like the programming computer aspect of it, and so it's a cool way for students to see that those two things are integrated and can work well with those.
Yeah, technology in the classroom rocks.
The smartboards are just a wonderful tool to use, especially with maps. Visually, it's been a wonderful tool.
I think technology is awesome, but it's only as good as the teachers that know how to use it.
I grew up in a rural area of Michigan and grew up with a household having 2 public school teachers in it. And so I didn't know anything of what what the difference between public schools and Catholic schools were about. And so when it came time for my husband and I to look at schools in the Grand Rapids area, which has a lot more options, we looked at both sectors, and I was blown away by how much the Catholic schools concentrated on the core things of, the educational part, but also the parts that included the values and the character and the moral building.
Outside of the outstanding education that these kids are getting, it's the sense of community. So it is the families that we've met and the friends that my children have made and the friends that my husband and I have made with our children's friends' parents. And it really, that for me has enriched our lives so much. I mean, the education, hands down, we've got the best teachers, a great education. Our children think outside of themselves and they're very, philanthropic for such little people, but the bonds that we have made with other people at this school, you can't put a price on it.
In other schools that aren't faith-based, aren't Catholic schools, and I think the difference between a Catholic school teacher and a public school teacher is that this isn't a job for us. It's not like we come here simply to do our job and go home. It is more ministry. It's something that I think we're all called to in different ways. I think to be able to come and to grow young Catholics is not only an honor, but a privilege.